I think city one is Zambola. All right. So, as I said, our course outline. I have it here. If you don't have, definitely, I don't know whether you access it through the portal or once we have created our WhatsApp group. I may also share. I may also share with you, or I'll share with Desiva. I think I have her number, right? And then she'll share with you. So, when we talk of finance or financial management, my understanding is we need to learn this after we have done a bit of accounting. That's why I once taught her financial accounting one. That's why I asked her in the first place to say, have you done accounting too? So it's the very same question I'll ask you. Have you done an accounting course?
Yeah, I have like
Three?
It's fundamentals of accounting, business accounting, and cost accounting.
Cost accounting. Have you done financial accounting? Yes?
Yes, financial accounting too.
Financial accounting too. When was that?
7 years, 7 semesters.
Here.
Yes.
By who?
This is only Dr. Katz.
Dr. Fakad. All right. Yes, sister there. You haven't done an accounting course? Oh, it's interesting. What we look at is if one has an understanding as what accounting is all about, this is an extension from the accounting work. And the focus, when you look at the financial management, it all has to do with decision making. So you try to work on what an accountant has done. So as I said, if you look at yes, please come. If you look at accounting 1 or 2, definitely, it's my belief, she might agree with me, we did what we call financial statements, right? You recall, right? Have you done financial statements? You've done financial statements? Like, you said you did management, you did what, which type of accounting? Cost, fundamentals.
Business accounting and cost accounting.
Oh, you did right here.
No, all different.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll try to use the basics or the fundamentals that we had under accounting and to try to understand what information that the accountant has produced is worked upon by the management accountant. So as I said, management accounting is full of decision making, understanding how the finances of the company are operating. So I may start by just a quick, as we have said today, what we'll be doing is just an introduction so that we try to understand what we have done, so that probably we see the way forward how get along with this one. Just a quick reminder, anyone, a volunteer so to say, under accounting, do you remember anything? Or is there anyone who would share, say, under financial accounting or business accounting? I do believe by saying business accounting, we are talking of the same stuff. Say, under accounting, I remember ABC or I've read ABC. Any? Yes, my brother.
I'll start with fundamentals of accounting.
Mm-hmm.
We learned the basics of accounting, like, for example, what is accounting, what is involved in accounting, some accounting terms, and business accounting. Basically, we learned about the ledgers, the bank reconciliation statements, what else? Oh, I don't remember that system now. For,
Uh-huh.
and for cost accounting, you have to learn about stock inventory, inventory, keeping, recording, people and people, overheads.
Overheads and rights.
Yes.
All right. De Silva, anything to share?
That's really, we learned about the travel,
Mm-hmm.
profit and loss account,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, some of the things
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am, over there.
I know about interpretation of financial statements,
Uh-huh.
trial balance.
Uh-huh. Would you share more on the interpretation? Those who talk of the interpretation, that's pure financial management. How do you interpret financial statements?
I don't know how I can explain it because I can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
How? Yes, sister there. You have done accounting before?
No.
Oh my God. Hello, sister. You've done accounting before? No, I'm asking, have you done accounting before? Like, which type of accounting is that? Better. All right, let me take you a little bit back. Under accounting, financial accounting to be specific, we learned about accounting concepts. Do we recall anything out of that? Accounting concepts.
Yes.
What do we recall?
There are, I think, 4 accounting concepts.
Kuma mama sitijoga audijambula when is very annoying. No? But you know, the class has to be fun. So here they're doing it for the online. So sometimes I like entertainment. We learn, we joke over what we are learning, so that others it sticks. Unlike being serious throughout the 2 hours. Can you manage to be serious 2 hours? So others, we should be able to others crack some jokes, so to spice up the learning process. So feel free, despite and then I'll debate about, but it's okay. What do we recall about the accounting concepts?
I think there's one called matching concept.
Matching concept?
If I'm not wrong, a core concept.
Going concern concept? Business entity concept? Dual aspect. So I'd like just to revise just few, but our main focus, we'll try to look at their core concept, and we'll try to marry it with others would call the realization concept. You recall it? The realization concept. In fact, this event was here. Yes, in the very same class. We start with the business concept. Others would call the business entity concept. What do you remember about that? Remember, we said management accounting, much of the focus has to be on what? Decision making. And where the decision has to be based upon, the decision has to be based upon what an accountant has done. So by revising the concept, we are trying to understand or to remind ourselves what really an accountant does. So we start with the business entity concept. What does it say? Yes. Don't worry, it's part of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The business and the owners are two separate
People.
people.
We need to distinguish.
Yes.
We need to separate the business activities from the owners. Exactly. You mentioned of, who mentioned of going concern concept? Yes. What's going concern concept? So it's about learn, pass, forget, right? So anyone who would help us remember the going concern concept? So even if it's October, or be looked like this for the sake of the video, because we're feeling comfortable because it's cold there, right? Out there. This is October. This is a Sega No.
Okay.
Yes.
What I was saying is, it's like a completion of what you've done in the past, you're just continuing with it.
Financial statements are made on the assumption that the business will
Will be going. That's very true. We don't say business will exist for unforeseeable future, right? How do we show that in financial statements? As she's saying financial statements are produced by showing the going concern concept. How do we show that? Which is very true. How do we show that, sister? You have forgotten. Yes, sir. The same thing. So, as we're saying, business has to be there for unforeseeable future by showing that there is a going concern concept. We may find that if we were to go to statement of financial position or the balance sheet, when we talk of assets need to be recognized based on the cost and not based on the amount that the asset could have if we were to sell that asset. So we'll try to focus on the cost just because assets in the business are not meant for sale. They are meant to be used. So we'll report assets based on the cost that the company incurred to acquire them. So by showing so, then definitely we are showing that the business is there for unforeseeable future. Are we together? What else do we recall? What else do we recall? By saying accounting or financial accounting, that's where much of the information do originate. Because the business is able to transact with the outsiders. You buy from the outsiders, you pay other people, all those kind of stuff. Whereas when you look at management accounting, it's an internal accounting. We focus on the information that is within the company and not outside. We also looked at money measurement concept. You recall anything about that? Money measurement concept. Have you done that?
Yes.
What did Dr. Pagat say? You said you are with Dr. Pagadi? Money measurement concept. Anything that we recall? Yes, sister over there. What program are you in? Procurement. All right. She has not done accounting. You too, right? What program are you in? Procurement as well. All right. Nice. Already, or what we look forward is to at least have a knowledge over something. Money measurement concept and accounting. Do we recall anything? We haven't yet started looking at financial management. Yes, De Silva. Because we were there together. Money management concept.
It had something to do with the company recording how much
So when we talk of money management concept, under accounting, we understand everything in terms of what? Its financial value, cash attached to it. That is to say, if you have assets, a good example, let's take if you look at the University of Lilongwe, they say probably talk of buildings. It will be incomplete to say we have whether 4 buildings or whatsoever, but we should be able to say we have 4 buildings tagged at this value in terms of money. Talk of land, you may not report land by just looking probably on hectareage or whatsoever, but you need to look at hectareage attached with what? Cash value or monetary value. So everything has to be understood in terms of money. The fundamental of accounting is based on what? The dual aspect. Who mentioned about the dual aspect? The dual aspect, where we look at the double entry system. The dual aspect concept, what do we recall about that? Anything? Dual aspect concept.
it says that every transaction of the business affects 2 accounts.
Two accounts. What are these accounts? You've forgotten. Yes?
Revenue and expenditure.
So,
So revenue and expenditure.
revenue and expenditure. That should be going to matching concept. Revenue and expenditure should be under matching concept, where we try to understand the operations of the business.
I think it's the credit and debit.
Debit and credit. Yes, exactly. And how does it really work?
For every money that's going out of the business, it has to be recorded on the
Debit side,
credit side.
credit side. Yes, brother?
Well, I feel like the money going out of business is usually recorded in the credit side. And the money that comes into business is usually recorded at the debit side.
Dual means what? When you say dual, double, right? So definitely, as I said, say it forms the double entry concept. That is to say, in whatever we do in business, and as far as accounting is concerned, there are always 2 aspects. One, just as you said, what should be debit aspect, the other one should be a credit aspect. So if you pay money, by paying the money, we should have debit as well as credit. If you have received money, if you have sold something, be on cash or be on date, definitely we should be able to see 2 things over there. Yes, please come. Yes, sir. All right, so we look at those kind of stuff. That is double concept. A good example, when you say debit, we say debit what comes in, right? Or debit the receiver. And when you say credit, you credit the giver or you credit what goes out. Have you read about those kind of stuff? Yes, with her, yes, but your brother, mom, you've read that?
Yes.
It's gaining or losing, such kind of stuff. We're there, right? So, when we are looking at accounting and management accounting, under accounting, we do follow, we try to compare the two by looking at the accrual concept, whereas we talk of the management accounting or financial management, we focus on realization concept, or we talk of the cash flows. Now, I'd like to be reminded by you, when you say accrual concept, what's it all about? Accrual. What is an accrual? Accrual concept. Have you heard of that before? What is an accrual? An idea what an accrual is? Accrual concept. Yes, Desiva, you recall anything?
I think you said it's how the business records its transactions.
And how does it really record?
Using the financial statements. Using you can report the cash flow statement.
You've forgotten.
I think recording the transaction through ledger accounts. Yeah, I was just adding what you said.
Through ledger accounts. So when we talk of accrual concept, we try to look at, say, in terms of expenses and earnings. You may find say, when we talk of an accountant would report to say they have earned money, even if that money has not actually been received. Do you agree with me? Do you get what I mean? You'd report or you'd record say we have earned so much, even if real cash has not been received. Is that true? What circumstance do we have such kind of stuff?
Like
Details? Say more on that.
because debtors are people like the ones who supply goods, but they haven't paid us with the money. So it's still our money, although it's outside. It's not in the job.
So you report, say we have money, right?
Yes.
Though you haven't received the money. That's what accountant does, right? So under accrual concept, what we say is money could be recognized to have been earned even if it has not been received. Or you could recognize to have spent something even if you haven't paid for it. Do you have any instance where we report to have spent while we have not exactly paid the money?
Yes, like from suppliers. We get the fee goods and creditors. We use them or we sell them. We pay at a later date.
You pay at a later date. So when we talk of accrual concept, we talk a little bit of what? Prepayments. Prepayments. What's the opposite of prepayment? Others will say accruals and prepayments. That's how other people or those people who are writing books, that's what they could head it that way. So when talk of accrual concept, that's much of what the accounting work is being maintained. So what it means there is, even when we are reporting at the end of the year, what we have reported might not present exactly what's on the ground, right? Is it true? You have already read this kind of stuff. So we should be able to argue, to say, I like education that should be about sharing, right? You say something, I say something. And most of the times, I always say, being here in front is just a matter of probably I've done school, but that does not guarantee that I know almost everything, right? Yeah, so at times I may also be learning from you. So always feel free. Don't have that feeling to say I might make a mistake or I'll fail. No. Failure is part of the process. And those who have failed, they'll win. That's how life goes. So I'm saying, by looking at accrual concept, saying, as I've already said, definitely you find that what we might report, or at the end of the year, we will say we have so much amount as our profits. Those monies might not be available as they have been reported. Do you agree with me? Because we have heard say sometimes we report or we record say we have earned so much, but that money has not actually been received. So if that money has been reported, say to Ndindara Mamakut, is there anyone who doesn't understand Chicheo? Or we all understand Chicheo, right? Yes, I do speak Chicheo, but my Chicheo is bad. I'm not good at speaking Chicheo. So, tabangaliboti database and drama model, but drama zina sinarolene. Or we have reported to have paid something, though we haven't paid. Namely, at the end, the cash that we might probably be showing, say this is the cash that we are having, might not represent the exact cash that we are having. That's why most of the times, to understand the movement of cash, we go in as far as coming up with the cash flow statement. We have done cash flow statement. We know what cash flow statement is all about. Sorry for sisters, you haven't done accounting. You might be lagging behind, but for sure we'll be together as we go along. All right. So if you look at the accrual concept, under the management accounting, or what we look at, we base much on the realization concept, or we look at cash flows. That is, the management accountant has to understand exactly how much cash we are having. That's why at the end, we need to learn and understand, say, how do we interpret the financial statement. And in interpreting the financial statements, all what we're looking at is, we are looking at understanding what financial statements are communicating to the management. Are we together? To the month. Alright, so having looked at this, also in a quick way, just probably 2 or 5 minutes, let's see. You mentioned about the financial statements. Just tell me what financial statements you recall or you rent and what is contained in those statements. We should start. Yes, Sister there. What financial statements have we done? You don't recall any? You have just forgotten for sure. Yes, sir there.
The statement of financial position.
Statement of financial position. What is contained in that statement?
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss. Yes, there. He's saying statement of financial position, and he's saying it contains profit and loss. You agree with him, or you disagree? You agree with him? De Silva?
balance sheet.
Yes.
On balance sheets, that's where we can report the assets, liabilities of the company.
So you mentioned a statement of financial position, right?
Yes.
And the balance sheet. Are these different?
No.
They're the same. So he says there is profit. She says there is profit. He says the assets, liabilities, and loans. Judgment. Who is right? Who is wrong? Sorry? You think you are right? Who should be our judge?
No, I don't want to be the judge.
No, you say I'm right. I think I'm right. Because everyone should be defending himself or herself. She has defended herself to say she's right. Brother, you're also right, right?
Yes, because if I recall properly, what you said, the balance sheet has a specific name. There actually, I think, two statements. There's the one that involves the balance sheet, and then there's the one I said about the financial position. But then I don't know how they say, I forgot the actual name of what she said.
She said the balance
The
sheet.
balance sheet, yes.
You said the financial statement.
Yes.
I mean the statement of financial position. And I asked her, she said, what you have said, the statement you said is exactly as the statement she has said. Of which I agree. Statement of financial position is the balance sheet. But now, what is contained inside? We have seen that she's mentioning something different from what you have mentioned. So in the statement of financial position or the balance sheet, that's where we do have what? The assets, liabilities, as well as what? Capital. And specifically it's based on the accounting equation. We recall, right? Yes, say that I still stand on my position.
No, it's okay. We're all learning, so
Yes. So just make everything fun and don't be too serious. You know, when it comes to raining, most of us probably we haven't done it well because we took it too serious. Don't be too serious with education. Just be like that. Get knowledge and all those kind of stuff. Is it school at the end of the hours? So just manage your time, we know. Alright. Then we also have statement of what? We talk of income statement. Others would call statement of comprehensive income. Others would call trading profit and loss account. It's one thing, right? What is there?
I think it reports the income of the expenditure, the money that's being made.
That's revenues and expenses.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And profits.
Yes, exactly. And that's when we're preparing the income statement, that's where we do look at what? The matching concept. To match means, what's matching? In just general understanding? It's like fanani, something like that? Exactly. So we are matching. There's this one. It's Friday. So problem. Is it inside or outside?
It's outside.
All right. So under the income statement, or what we report the revenues, and by looking at accounting, revenues might be understood by the sales that the company has made. So we look at the sales we have made and what exactly the company has spent to earn those sales. So we look at cost of goods, and later on we also look at administrative expenses. So under the income statement, we are looking at nothing but revenues and expenses, so that we understand what's the operations results of the business. That's the profit or loss at the end. There's also a statement of what? Changes in equity. Have we done that before? A statement of changes in equity. For sure, definitely Dr. Pagat cannot miss that. Unless otherwise.
Maybe I was absent that day.
You were absent that day. I understand. Alright, so having that quick background of accounting, let's a little bit go to financial management. When we talk about financial management, it's all about managing cash or finances that we have. And we look at finance management, it's done at all levels. Have we managed funds before? Or have we managed cash before? You have done it?
Yes.
You have done it? Sister there at the corner, have you managed cash before? No. Are you serious?
No, just
We manage to spend every day.
Every day.
I was just joking.
You're just joking.
I thought that we should make this fun, Jen.
Aha, great. I like that. Don't be too serious. Just focus so that, all what you have to aim at is just try to have the knowledge. Because most of us, when we're at school, or we focus on, let me study hard so I pass. The focus is only on passing. But just enrich yourself with the knowledge so that others, you should be able to use the knowledge that you get from here so that others you can stand on your own. This time around, many people used to say, let me get educated so that I get employed. But if you have the knowledge, you can use the knowledge so that to earn a living. So when we talk about financial management, it would be at personal level, it would also be at a company level. So as we'll be looking at this course, the focus will be at company level. But let's look a little bit at personal level. What do we think is all about when we talk of finance management or financial management at personal level? Because we all manage our finances.
I think it's, at this day I'm receiving this money from this. So I'll take this amount, I'll buy myself this, I'll take this amount, I'll save on this bill. Yeah, I think so. It's just how you're going to deal with that.
Are we good managers at our own finances? Are we good?
No.
We try.
Huh?
We try.
You try. I know it's always fun. We talk of a school like the education we're doing. It's built based on what we do. And when we talk of this financial management, as I'm saying, let's first look at personal financial management. Definitely, it is talking to us. We have learned about personal finance management. We are failing to manage our own finances. How do you manage your finances?
Yeah, I was really.
That's also part of finance management.
No.
Yeah, because if somebody spends extravagant, definitely knows something is coming again, right?
It's not like that.
No. Okay. There are those saying, so Ndidagwe here is also part of life. I'm a person, it's a way. So don't laugh at me. Because so here, they didn't even say the chairs as if we are coming to learn. Anyway. This saying, you can't spend before earning. You earn first, so you spend. Is that true?
Sometimes you
No, just say yes or no.
No.
It's not true. So you can spend even before earning.
Yeah,
When you're getting
Instead of budgeting more than what you're going to get.
Sorry?
Instead of budgeting more than what you're going to get.
Oh, so you can even put something on the budget where you don't have even the cash.
Yeah.
That's also part of finance management.
It is.
It's an expense.
I asked you, how do you manage your money? You said you overspend. Yes, sister. Our procurement. Personally, how do you manage your funds?
I spend according to my budget.
You spend according to your budget. What's a budget? What's a budget?
It's the money I pay.
Is budget money?
Yes?
Is a budget money?
No.
Uh-huh. Because you said you spend according to your budget. So I'm saying, what's budget? What's the budget?
It's a measure form, but it's the amount that you decide to use. Or the total amount that comes from money that you want to use.
Okay. My first question was, there are other people, they say you can't spend before earning, which means you earn first, then you spend. Ndino senu zone odi simugwizana nazo zimene.
Okay, it works.
It works?
Somehow I agree with the point that you made.
Mm-hmm.
For example, let's see if this is going to relate. You take a loan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you either spend it on something else, and then when the money that you rely to repay the loan comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when like you give it back. So I'd say somehow makes sense.
You can spend without earning.
You're waiting for
It just depends on how. Everything is debatable, so yeah.
Okay, you can even take in your own shoe. Have you ever spent without earning?
Yeah, no credit.
You must be that.
You get what?
Credit.
You get credit.
Yes. Because then is your.
You go get your that's your show.
So if you have gotten a credit, isn't that not earning?
You haven't paid first because you're taking.
No, you have earned it. Movies and drama. Serious?
You're not getting that.
Yes.
How?
Okay, for example, I'd like to have food, right? I don't have money. And I've asked money from you. You have given me. Right? Money will right? I go and buy food because I had money.
But also,
Yeah,
if
you
it's
have
not
money, but you
married,
have to also wait for that money to pay back.
Exactly. That means I've earned first.
So I'm just spending without any.
So, for example,
Wait for it.
because what it means is, if you have spent where you have actually not earned, then definitely any amount that you earn in the future will go to that expenditure that you have already incurred. So when we talk of personal finance management or financial management, definitely we need to understand the source of our money. What's our source? And having understood the source, we definitely know the the scale. I'd say probably the scale or how much we expect to earn. And based on how much we expect to earn or how much we are earning, definitely we set ourselves a ceiling to say we may not spend beyond this. Do we have that in our life? I have some few friends who always say, man, Zama Zonegama. So you even I don't know why I don't know why Christians they even go to say in Israel, even the Bible they say do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has to worry about itself. Is that true? In real life?
It's not true.
Is that true?
When you want to make a wrong decision, it's true. That's
If you say when you want to make a wrong decision, because here we are focusing to make the right decision. They say Zama, Zauna Mao. If we do that, let's go to Mangoji. We spend. Tigapirabo. So we have fun, we come back, is that?
It happens.
It happens. Is that good?
No.
But how do we manage? Because for sure, even if you have millions, definitely money will not be enough. Even if you have a million, money will not be enough. So, by learning personal finance management, all we are trying to look forward is to install financial discipline in us, so that we should be able to understand, say, Aris, the money that I have, this is what I can spend on. That's why if you go to, I don't know who that person, they say Abraham's Maslow, basic needs. So the other things you say you can do without, right? So with the monies that you have, definitely you should be able to say, Alice, the current is easy. These are the basic needs I can't do without. While luxurious, Alice, we may avoid it if we don't have enough. Kama ndima mambo banga bushmani taona na nzani zina ubanga. You can also do that. So you spent now plus. This time around there is too much of we call betting. We have seen people committing suicide because I heard a story. Somebody was keeping someone's money, so he had to bet his money, basically on the loser. Then later on he resorted to say, "Ningo guisa chito drama friend." Ningo paid and the losers. Later on another baiba, that's another money. All those goes with what? Financial discipline. So we need financial management so that we understand financial discipline. So we can have financial discipline at an individual level and at the very same time at a company level. Because even at a company or at an institution like this one, we should have financial discipline. Definitely know the source of your money. By knowing the source of your money, you know exactly how much you have. Usually, as a university, if you to carry some years, what will you pass? With a lot of money, math and one, pay lectures, no money. Is there financial discipline? So you can spend without earning, right? Or sometimes you go to bank, right? You give the bank false information and the bank gets convinced at the end you finally you are unable to pay back. What follows? Financial distress, poor financial discipline. So when we'll be looking at finance management, what we'll be looking at is, as a finance manager, we'll try to understand, you should be able to advise the company you're working for as to how they need to get the finances. You talk of mobilization of what? Financial resources. So you will have financial resources either from your own earnings or you talk of borrowing. You go outside and borrow so that you make the money available. And once you have the money available, you as a finance manager, you should be able to help the company to see where those finances needs to be put. So you'll be looking at investment. Where do we have to invest? Portfolios. You have heard of investment before, right? What are investment? You have heard about this before. What is an investment? Or even this week, today's Friday, within this week, in our my field, we have even told our friends before, kapoket money, I mean, the person find bank investment a bag. They went over. I had another class last semester. So that class, it was full of people who spend much time on betting. So they said we invest through betting and the like. What is investment? Because as a finance manager, you should be able to guide your company to say, let's put this money into this, by deciding what kind of investment you need to do. So what is an investment?
I would say an investment is a process of allocating money into things that will bring future benefit.
Exactly. So you look where, if you put the money will multiply, right? And you would have something at the end. That's an investment. And whenever, as we'll be learning, we'll try to understand, say, how do we choose investments? So you'll be able to choose investment by first understanding that investment. So in understanding the investment, you need to understand the investment by looking at risk. What are the risks that are associated with the investment we are about to go into? We'll be able to mitigate the risks that are associated with the investment. So all you'll be looking at is, you try to help the company by bringing to the authorities certainty. You should be certain. You should be sure. Say, this is what we're going to make, and don't put money into something you're not sure. Because as I said, we need to put money where we expect that money to come back or to multiply. So if you're not sure whether profit will be there in the business you're trying to put your money in, are you sure that money will come? You're not, right? So you need to understand the risks that are associated with that kind of business and all those kind of stuff. So we'll understand that by looking at what we call capital budgeting, where we look at a number of methods that we use. We talk of capital budgeting techniques and other kind of stuff, so that we should be able to know what kind of investment do we need to take and other kind of stuff. So for today, Alex, we have talked a lot, right? As introductory part, we should end here. Unless you have any question to ask. Sister? No, brother. Would you go down there, ask the signing sheets? Yeah. Just say, James has sent me to correct signing sheets. They should give you 4 signing sheets for day, 4 signing sheets for weekend. All right. So we end the class here. I was told to cancel. There are 2 buttons here. Stop.